Hello, if anybody's there. Yeah, I'm just going to see my face first to start off with today. Sorry, only a few less hours yet. Right, I'm just going to wait until I get a live feed as usual and wait to see who's popping on with me. Not getting anything at the moment. Bit of an impromptu, unplanned Facebook Live. But I thought I would show you the new machine. Ah, here we go. Lovely. Right, I've got somebody. I don't know who's there. Hello, who's watching? Welcome to my morning Facebook Live. Unplanned, but hopefully it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. Right, are you ready? I was going to wait for somebody else to come on, but I think we'll just go for it. Here we are. Here it is. Ta-da! This is the brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the full size one, standard size, not the mini, because the mini is not available at the moment, even to us demonstrators, unfortunately. It should be available by the end of the year, we're hoping. COVID has caused a few issues, as usual. But anyway, we're not going to worry about that. We've got the big one. Right. So this is the new one. I will show you, because I did say I would show you. This is, I'll just put this one down a minute. Hold on. This is what our old Sizzix Big Shot used to look like. And definitely feels heavier. And is a lot bigger and bulkier, because obviously these platforms, these don't fold up like our new one. This is what I love about the new machine, the fact that they fold up, and it makes it more portable, just a smaller footprint on your work surface. Hey Dawn, how are you? Yep, just showing you the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Not available to customers until September the 1st, but I'll explain later on. Yep, it is available now. If you want to join up as a demo, pay £99. I'll explain now actually. Yeah, you can join up as a demo, pay £99. The machine in the catalogue is £112, which I know is a considered purchase. That's why I'm trying to show you and to show you all the benefits for it. If you don't have a die cut machine, I think it's fabulous. It's no brainer. If you do have a die cut machine, then maybe you might want to wait till the mini one comes, because you don't need probably another die cut machine. I have to be honest, but I do, because I purposely sold one of my other ones, so to give me a good reason to buy it. So anyway, so you can join for pay £99 to join. The machine actually costs £112, so you're getting it cheaper. Plus, because the joining offer is you pay £99, but you get £130 worth of goods, free goods. Yay! Not free. Yeah, you get £130 worth of goods for £99 basically, plus all your business materials if you want to run it as a business. But you're under no obligation to do so, obviously. So yeah. The machine's 112, which means 112 minus 130 is £18. So not only would you get this machine, plus you get to spend £18 to make it up to 130. Can't be over, it has to be £18 or under. And you get this all for £99 instead of the full price. Plus, so all the extras are coming a demo, all the extra perks are like 20% off, net that is, in the future. Facebook page, just purely for demos. You get to meet other demos, obviously mostly online at the moment, unfortunately, due to COVID, which is a real shame. But you've probably heard me talk about on stage, all the fabulous events we go to. Sadly, we're not able to do that this year, but we are some of us are getting together, or a lot of us have signed up, are getting together online, and I'm sure it'll be fabulous. Can't wait. Signed up already. Got my goodie pack as well, signed up for the swag bag, so we get some stamp sets all included in that, which is excellent, brand new, before the new catalogue comes out in January. So if you are interested in becoming a demo, say under no obligation to take it any further than just being a hobby demo. You don't have to do what I do, you don't have to do classes, you don't have to do anything, you can just be a hobby demo, but you're getting great value for money. Anyway, that's that covered. So that's the old machine, which is big and bulky, bit ugly if I'm honest, but it does the job. I can't complain. It has done its job. It's done me marvellously well. But this one, right? I'm going to go over now. Now you'll see, when I turn on, I've got my cork surface. Basically, purely I haven't put a bit of paper down because I want it to be able, because it's got not suction as such, but it's got lovely. Oh, there we go. It's got lovely, just big pads, so on a work surface it will grip really well. Now these are obviously your platforms that fold down. Now I normally die cut this way with the handle this way and go forward. To make it easier for you to see, I'm going to try. I don't know how I'll get on because I'm not used to die cutting this way. As I say, I will give it a go so you can see better. So your platform just open. which is great for, you know, keep the dust and that off it, which is another good thing. It's all washable. You can just wash it down with mild detergent and a cloth. And that's your platform, which is nice and sturdy, exactly the same width as the other one, maybe even a little bit bigger, but I would say the same width, 6 inches. Right, machine itself, oh, knock on my fan. I am still a little bit hot up here, so I've got my fan. Let me just show it right now. I'm going to lift that up because I want to show you. All falls away neatly. And oh, the weight is, let me tell you the weight, it's 8.1 pounds or 3.6 kilograms. And sadly, I can't tell you what the Big Shot weighs. I don't know the weight of that, sorry. But anyway, this is what the machine comes with, so you don't have to purchase anything further. There are some extra things coming, like a magnetic platform and an impression mat, but they're not available at the moment, and we don't quite know when they're available yet again because of COVID. But this has got everything you need to start, basically. So, set of instructions. Now, I don't know if you're like me, I hate reading instructions. Luckily, obviously you've got your different languages. There is only one page to read in English. It's not too bad, so I would firmly suggest that you do read those. Then there's, yeah, just important steps. And what's inside? Attaching the handle. Oh yeah, the handle you have to attach. Very easy. It comes with an Allen key. There's a little, basically you offer the handle up to its place. You put the little washer on the screw. It tells you all this in the instructions. Put the screw in the hole, get the Allen key and tighten up. Voila, done. So it's not difficult at all. And then there's the instructions, but we don't know. Once we've read instructions, I don't know about you, but I generally lose them. If I'm honest, I'm not very well organised. I generally lose them. So this is where the plates are fantastic though, because they have all the instructions written on them anyway in basic language, so it makes it easy for us. Also, the other excellent thing about this new one, and it's only a little thing, it seems only a little thing, but to me it's a big thing. They're numbered. Right, so you've got your basic platform, which is numbered number 1. Just so easy when you're trying to explain to somebody, like you can just use plate 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 3, die and 3. It's just going to make explaining things so much easier. Well, I think it is. Anyway, so yeah, 1, 2, 3 on your cutting pads. Right, I will explain. Now people who don't know about die cutting, you're going to look at that and think, oh my gosh. Anybody who doesn't know, the cutting pads, they come, this one's not too bad, they come lovely, clear, pristine, in great order, but they are what they are. They're cutting pads. They are designed to get worn like this, and you have to, that's what they're designed for, so it protects you don't want to be cutting onto your platforms. So that's what these are for. And yeah, you have to buy new ones when they wear out, when we sell them, and they will be for sale come September. So, and at the moment, as you can see, they are lovely and flat. Okay, I know I only did some die cutting last night, but at the moment they are flat. Now generally, with the old Big Shot ones, they quite often get curled up. Oh, actually mine's not too bad, because I'll tell you how I avoid it. I store mine. I'll show you. I store mine under the platforms in the machine, although you probably won't want to do that with this one if you want to pack it away. But so we'll see about that as we go. But yeah, generally, so if I leave it out overnight, I will put all the platforms just underneath and crank them through the Big Shot, not so Big Shot, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and that should keep them nice and flat. But I didn't have to last night, so you'll see that will be a case of trial and error with that. Right, then what else did I want to say about? Clearly labelled, yeah. So the magnetic cutting platform, which I love on the Big Shot, I use it all the time because I don't like putting, I can't be bothered putting washi tape on the die cuts to hold them still, so I use the magnetic platform. There will be a magnetic platform for this, and unlike the one in the Big Shot one used to have discs of magnets in them, and sometimes when you put your dies on, they would move because they would move to where the magnets are on the platform because they weren't all over. Our new platform, when it arrives, will be magnetic fully all over, so we won't have that issue either. So that's a fabulous tip when that's available. As it is at the moment, when I used this last night, I must admit I didn't really need the magnets. I did pretty okay without it, or with the magnetic platform, so that was good. Anyway, so the next step is, let's set this up, and so this is going to be a little bit tricky for me because I'm not used to using it at this angle. Right, so I think we'll do some embossing first. So obviously you can do embossing, dry embossing this is, not heat embossing, dry embossing and die cutting. So we need to work out the sandwich, which is really easy because we've got, it's all numbered for us. And I will just explain, right, in our catalogue, and most companies also, there's two different types of embossing folders. You've got your thick ones, which ours are called 3D. I don't know if you can see that. They're quite thick. You can feel they're thicker. That's a thick one. I don't own many thin ones because I must admit we don't do many thin ones. Oh, I've lost it now. Ha! Oh, don't tell me I've lost. No, here it is. And this is a thinner one. So I don't know if you can see the difference. If I can hold them up. I don't know if you can hold them up, but you can both. I'm trying to hold it towards the camera. You can tell. And you can feel this one's a lot thinner at the hinge and this one's a lot thicker. In the book they are marked. I want to show you this because I want to make it clear to everybody. In the book, so yeah, the 3D ones, they're marked, or the thicker ones, they're marked 3D. They're mostly all 3D, but we've got a few, like the woodland one I just showed you, that just says woodland, so that's one of the thinner ones. 3D, 3D, Meadow Moments, that's one of the smaller ones that you can't, I haven't got those yet, so that's not 3D. So there's two different sorts, mostly 3D we do though, but you need to know that because as I say, you set the machine up slightly different. So this platform says, number 1, place die cutting edge down. Right, previously with a big shot you were meant to have the die cut facing up. I have to be honest, I never did. I was always naughty or whatever. I just always found it easier to put the die cut and surface downwards, so it's no change for me, but you were meant to have it the other way. But on this one you're safe to have it die cutting downwards using with the thin dies. So that's your sandwich. So you've got number 1, which is obviously this one. This is if we're die cutting. Then you've got number 2, which is your extra, it's like a shim really, extra platform. So you put number 2 on. It says place die cut and edge down. Do not use with embossing folders, so that makes it clear for you, hopefully. It just says using with thin dies. So back to this 1, 2, then you've got 3, then you've got your project, so obviously your cardstock and your die cut, sorry, your die, and then another 3 on top. So that's with die cutting. We're not doing that at the moment. We're going to be doing embossing. So here it says, so but basically this board is used for die cutting and embossing. I hope that's clear. Yeah, right. So then for this one, insert embossing folders hinge first. So obviously oh, hopefully that's clear. This is the hinge, obviously. So that always feeds into your machine first through that way. Okay, even if the design is actually that way, you can see the design. It's probably difficult for you to see. I've done a cut of it. It's a seabed. It's like seaweed and everything. Hey Leslie, how are you? So yeah, the seaweed goes that way, but you still must feed it in the machine that way. The design's that way, but you must feed it in hinge way first. Does that make sense? They're all, you'll just have to look. They're not. Some of them they're all different. It depends on the design. Some of them run that way with the hinge that way. Some of them run that way. But as long as you remember, hinge first, always through the machine. You can't go wrong. So there's that. So what we're doing? Good. Glad to hear it, Leslie. Right. So we're doing that. So number 2, do not use with embossing folders. No, I'm confusing you now. Right. Yeah, so that we don't need number 2. That's for the die cutting. That's what I love about this. If in doubt, just read it. It says place the die cutting down and do not use with embossing folders. So we know we mustn't put that in when we emboss. This is all new to me as well. So I haven't obviously only got this yesterday. Insert embossing. So insert embossing folders hinge first. This is your first one. This is using with the standard embossing folders, so that's your thinner ones. And then you've got a picture here using with the 3D embossing folders, your thicker ones. Yep, does that make sense? So we've got for number 1, for the standard, we've got this plate, number 1, and we've got a normal cutting pad for number 3, cutting pad, then your project. So if we were going to do the woodland one, which we can do, definitely, I'll find a, oh yeah, I've got a bit of green here, and do it in green. So you can see this is actually an old Sizzix one, but it should still work. Well, it did work this morning, so, and other embossing folders should work, but you just may have to put a shim in that in. I can only tell you what the ones that I've got and what I can use. I can't tell you about other shops, I'm afraid, because I don't know, I don't use them. So 1, 3, cut and pad on, project in there, hinge first. Remember, this is a thin embossing folder, the thinner ones. Cut and pad on top, and then just crank it through. It's actually probably easier to, yeah, and it just winds through really easily. And then you can go back if you want. I haven't been doing so because it cuts and embosses so well, you don't really need to go through it again, but sometimes it makes it easier. And then you've got your perfect embossing folder. Just like that. So that's number 1, that's the slimline ones. I'll show you this design. Yeah, so look again, if in doubt, because it's all new to us as well, just check. When you're using 3D embossing folders, we're going to use the platform number 1, your project, so obviously your cardstock, whatever you're embossing, in your embossing folder, and you're using plate number 4, which we haven't used yet. So it's just 1, project, 4. So 1, number 4's a different colour as well, it's grey, but it's got your 4 on. And we're using a thicker one. This is a thick one, I believe. Oh, this is a lovely. This is in the Tasteful Touches suite. I haven't even used this yet on a card, but as I say, I've received a lovely card from Michaela, and it was beautiful, so beautiful. I had to get it. I had to get this embossing folder. It's similar to the Subtle, but not quite so subtle. It's kind of in between. So 1, project. So no cutting pads this time. Hinge through first. And then you get plate number 4. All very simple. On top, crank it through. And usually, I must admit, when I die cut off thingy, I do stand up. So sitting down, I could stand up, but it's a novelty for me sitting down. Although I was last night during watching the telly. So it's doable either standing up or sitting down. Doesn't matter. So that's that. Look at this. And that's done that one. It's like a, I don't know, it's just got so much texture. It's like a woven linen. It really is lovely. Just a little bit more than subtle. Subtle is lovely. Sometimes it can be a little too subtle. This is like in between. Love it. Anyway, so that's the embossing folders. Yeah, it is clear, Leslie. I'm always petrified, especially with anything new. I don't know about you, especially with a die cut, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to cut something that I shouldn't. But no. You can't go wrong, and I say it's just such a little thing with the numbers, and I guess we could always number our own plates, but the fact that they've done it for us and it's all numbered on here on the platform for you, it's just, you can't go wrong. You know, some days, you know, as you get older, we'll have senior moments, we have, you know, memory loss sometimes, or I do, I shouldn't speak for other people. So easy to forget sometimes, or have a memory blip, but if in doubt, just go back to reading the instructions and they'll be on there forever. And you won't have to worry about the instruction booklet, which I'm likely to lose if I'm honest. So that's the embossing folders. That's, yeah, we don't need number 4 because that's purely for embossing, so we can put that away. And then we'll go on to die cutting. So yet again, we use this platform, use them with thin dies, which, yeah, all our dies will be thin. Just checking that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure all our dies will be the same. So that should be self-explanatory. So the sandwich we've got again is 1, 2 for your shim, because we're obviously not embossing. Place die cutting edge down, using with thin dies. Do not use with embossing folders. This is not a cutting surface, which means that's why we've got the cutting pads. Just get rid of that. So 1, 2, cutting pad, and our project. So what shall we do? We will do Let's do a wreath actually. Have I got some cardstock cut up for that? Last night I was using all my scraps actually, which is an excellent way to use your scraps up, but they are a little bit big, the wreaths. I'll do that in a minute because that's the crucial one to do if you haven't. Oh, right, so snowflakes. Let's just run a few through. This one, I thought that was going to cut out a huge snowflake. That actually cuts out your card. I can show you that in a minute. So I don't, well, yeah, I have got ideas that I can do with that already, but I've not even played with the stamp set yet. I was just playing with the dies last night. And then you've got this one, which is like it's like a reverse label. It kind of cuts out the cardstock yet again. So yet again, I've got to have a little play with that. And these two ones here, they cut out the stamped image, which, as I've just said, I haven't even done yet. So you've got ones that die cut out the stamped image, and then you've got extra dies as well. So that's what I was using last night. And I don't know if anybody saw my, but here's what I did. Here's what they cut out. Obviously, it doesn't always thing out there, but they will push out. They are cut out. They just need popping out, either with the brush or pokey tool. So all perfect die cuts with just one forward sweep of the machine. I will be honest and say that I did do some foil this morning, our foil card, and our foil card is very good quality, so hence a little bit thicker than perhaps some, and it has like a backing on it, which you can peel the backing off, but I generally don't. But I just made sure, because the first time I did it with one sweep through, it didn't quite cut, so I went forwards, then backwards, and then it cut out perfectly. Eat magnetic boards and storage, do you use syrup? Eat magnetic board? Is that which magnetic boards? Oh, did I not send you the link, Leslie? Sorry, I get them off from eBay. The magnetic. I'll send you a link for the ones I get. Sorry if I said I'd send you a link and I didn't. I apologise. I will send you a link this morning. That's fine. Yeah, what? Magnetic. That's fine. Yeah, I'll send you the link, Leslie. No worries about that. I'll say there's plenty of companies on eBay, but I'll send you the one I use. I buy them in packs of 10 because I go through them quite quickly when I get new dies. So back to what I was doing. So just make sure 1, 2 project. Yeah, it's very similar to how the big shop was set up, so you can't really go wrong. But because I'm talking, I'm conscious that I will mess up. I don't want to ruin my new cutting surfaces. Right, so a bit of cardstock in there. That's not going to fit on there, is it? No, I probably didn't, Les. I don't know. I know somebody asked me. Maybe it wasn't you. It could have been somebody else. So yeah, not a problem. But yeah, I don't like the sticky sheets. I'll still come on. So I think I have explained, or I did on my top tips, when you're putting your die cuts through, try and get as much cardstock on your area to match your die, so you don't waste your time basically. So we'll do that. So we've got a cutting pad underneath, cutting pad on the top, no magnetic platform needed, and then just crank it through. Obviously the machine's moving, it doesn't grip to this cork tiles like it does my ceramic top, my work surfaces that is. So hopefully you'll now see how quickly that, look at that, they just fall out most of the time, which isn't always the case. So you just pop your bits out. So that one's going to stay in, and that one's, oh, this is good because this is showing you this. But then if you just get a pokey tool or your brush, you can try getting it out with a brush. I haven't got the new brush that attaches to the picker tool. I've got our old one, I have to be honest. So that just pops out like that. You've got little holes in your dies for anybody who doesn't know. That's what they're there, or you can go through there. But that's what your holes are for, to poke through when they don't come out. And this one, do you have to be a little bit more careful? I did break a few purely because I didn't have my brush last night. I couldn't be bothered to get up and get it if I was being lazy. I was watching TV, so but I went and got it this morning. So if like this, it has got stuck in, get your brush and just give it a gentle. Gentle brush. brush, and hopefully it should make it a lot easier to come out, because these are so, look how fine they are. You see how super fine those struts are, and they can be so easy to break. So you do have to be a little bit gentle with them, a little bit patient, but it cuts them out fabulously, no problem at all. And same with the foil, showed that cuts it out. I'd say I did lose a few ones, but that was just me being impatient trying to get them out of the cut out. Patience is the key. But yeah, not frustrating at all. Like, no, I have got a die which I absolutely adore. The I can't remember what it's called. It's this one. It's gorgeous. It is called Stitch Lace Die. Now, it's a little time consuming. I won't be honest. It is absolutely gorgeous, but it is time consuming getting it out of the thing, or can be. Let's put it like that. But I did have a go this morning, and it came out pretty good. And it die cut out well. The only thing you do have to make sure you do, I find, is to, when you finish die cutting, is to get rid of all the excess in all the holes. It collects in there. So I sat there. If you actually put a white sheet, I'll show you afterwards what I mean. When you put a white sheet down and put it over the top, you can clearly see all the bits that get stuck. I will show you in a minute. But you'll find if you get rid of all those, it will die cut so much easier. So I'll do that now. So let's get a dark piece of it on here. I'm just going to show you, but I don't know what I've done with it. I've got loads of things here. Oh well, we're just going to die cut it anyway. I'll do a dark colour, I think, because so it shows up. So bear with me, right. But it's absolutely beautiful. It is worth the effort, I suppose. But yeah, and you can cut it, and there's actually a die. There's a die there, so when you get your full length, you can line it up, and you can cut pieces out. So you can cut just a border out, or that way. So that's better. That's probably the way it's meant to go. So I'll show you that on the cardstock in a minute. What I mean, we can do it and show you. So just put that on you. So yeah, die facing down. So excuse me, no, I keep forgetting to look at my phone to look at comments. So it's that, cutting pad on top, and I might just have to stand up for this because it's, for some reason, I think it's because it's a big die. It takes a little bit more pressure. So, and I am going to come back just to make sure it's die cut all the way through, because it's so frustrating if it doesn't do that. And looking at it, that's what I always do with a big one. You can check, and basically if it looks like it's, you can generally see if it's cut out well, and it has cut out so well it's going to be quite difficult to get it off there. But I have a little tip, well, on what I do. I'm sure other people have different ways of doing it. Just put that down there. So I'm going to show you, right. So to start off with, have a go with your brush. That gets rid of some of those little bits. Not many, unfortunately, but it gets rid of a few. But yeah, it is a gorgeous die, but it is a little bit, just one of those you have to take a little bit of time on. Yeah, you can see that's not really getting rid of many, so it does get well flattened. So I find just getting the edge, gently running a tool underneath. Excuse if you can hear the aeroplanes. We've got a lot of manoeuvres with our Royal Air Force at the moment going over. They're practicing a lot, and there has been quite a few complaints in the area, but I actually like them. Right, so just get it going, and then you can peel off, gently peel off, just like that. There we go. So you've got that. Now you can see, hopefully you can see, that you're left with quite a few, I don't know if you can see, you're left with quite a few holes that aren't popped out, like here. So you can put it in there again. So yeah, this is just one of those dies that you just have to take a little bit of time with. But looks absolutely beautiful on the card. I should have bought you a card. So it depends whether it bothers you or not, also with every hole poked out. But the brush does a very good job getting rid of most of them. Nearly there now, you've got the odd few. Yeah. So, and then you just have to finish off poking them out with a pokey tool, if it bothers you. Kind of depends what kind of background you're putting it on. So anyway, you do all that. Oh yeah, this is, so on here you'll see, this is what I mean about how it gets in all the holes. I personally prefer to poke them all out, so I put a bit of white cardstock down and just go out. I don't know if you can see. I just, with the white underneath, it just makes it pop and easier to see where they are. I find it's like bubble wrap, popping bubble wrap. I find it quite therapeutic sitting here popping it all out. But if you're in a hurry, obviously it's not ideal. But you can actually try, with my big shot, I must admit, I did try wax paper, and wax paper does help as well. So that's possibly, with that one especially, I probably would have to use that still on this machine. I shall have to give it a go, because it'll help. Yeah, it'll help with all those holes. So there's nothing wrong in using wax paper at all. We have to find ways to help us, don't we? And then this, I'll just show you this while I explain about it. I know I meant we should demonstrate in the machine, but I thought, oh well, while I'm here I'll demonstrate this lovely die, because I've not used it for so long. So you put that like that, and you just line it up best you can. I think that'll do. So it has two uses. You can either use it for a whole background, or you can just say cut out a lovely border. And I think that's probably not quite straight, but you would just take your time. So you've got that, so you can have it like that on a piece of cardstock and have a little bit showing at the bottom. You've got your little bit cut out there. You could use if you wanted to do something, maybe. But this is what I like doing. You can go 2 or 1. So you can either have it one. Sorry, my phone should come through. So you either have it on the 1 like that and just have a thin border, or you can do it on the 2. Let's do it on the 2. Hopefully that makes sense. Just try and get it as straight as possible. There we go. Yeah, I'll go back just to make sure. There we go. Does any of you have any questions about? Yeah, that's not quite straight, but never mind. Should have. That's why I like the machine. I just feel uncomfortable doing it to the side like this. That's why I like it the other way. And we all work differently. But you get the general idea of what you can create. So you just put that on a cardstock base, not with this colour, maybe. And then yeah, you've got a lovely lacy border, which is beautiful. So that's that. But yeah, if you have any questions, ladies, please feel free to ask me. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Oh, I know what I meant to bring up. Adhesive sheets. Now, what I would thoroughly recommend, and I didn't do it because I completely forget about them, and I shouldn't, especially with our snowflakes or anything intricate like this, try putting the adhesive sheets on them first, and then then they've got the glue on them all up straight away. Basically, you just get your adhesive sheet. What I do is I get a piece of cardstock, maybe this size, or any of them. I'd put the A4, sorry, not A4. I'd put my I think, no, they don't, I don't know, I don't think they come in A4 sheets, but anyway, I'd put a piece of sticky sheet to cover that. I would then run it through the die cutting machine as usual. When you die cut them out, they've already got the stickiness on the back ready for you just to stick down, so you don't have to worry with glue oozing out or anything messy. So that works really, really well with the intricate dies. And I was meant to bring that up and I completely forgot, so I might show you that on a Facebook Live maybe in the future. So I think that's all I need to tell you. Yeah, about the magnetic impression mats aren't available yet, and they really won't be available in September either, sadly, because of COVID. But yeah, I think that's basically it. If you think of any questions afterwards, either private message me or ask my business Facebook page. I'm quite totally open and, you know, willing to share everything to anybody, and I've got no secrets to hide. So, but yeah, just pop it back away. The fact that I love this, because so when I do go crafting around friends or team meetings or anything, you can just pick it up and just, you know, you haven't got a big bulky machine to carry. I have got a bag for it, but it's a huge big bag to carry that, but this is just going to fit into a bag. So much tidier and neater, isn't it? So that's it. Let me go back. Right, there we go. Right, another airplane. Sorry. Well, it's busy today. Yeah, as I say, there have been some complaints, I know, but at the end of the day, they've got to practice. We've got an airbase now, and we used to have tornadoes at RF Marham, but now they have, I think it's F-35s, Lightnings, something like that. I should remember. My husband tells me, and I used to be really good with planes, but I kind of forget now. But yeah, they've got to learn to fly them at the end of the day. So hey ho, that's how it is. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I hope that's been useful. Any questions, please just ask or private message me, and Leslie, I will private message you that link to eBay for the magnetic sheets. Okay, thank you. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.